Yes, good morning to you. And not very much to see today, because today is indeed just a media briefing ahead of that conference and exhibition that's expected to run from the 8th to the 12th of November. What I can tell you is that I've met quite a few very interesting people, and they practice the art, if one can call it, of, let me say this properly, philately. Of course, philately is the collection of postal stamps and also the study of postal stamps and the postage system. And now we are expected to be joined by the Deputy Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies in just a short while, and I'm sure that he'll elaborate on this conference. But what I can tell you is that the theme for this year's conference, set to be held in Cape Town, is indeed focusing on South Africa's path, rich history to democracy. And of course, we've been told that the kind of postage stamps and stamps generally that we can expect to see on display will also include letters written by former President Nelson Mandela during his time of incarceration, and also then a host of postage stamps and paraphernalia dating back, I think I've seen some just now from some of the collectors showing me, dating back to the 1840s and 50s. Of course, the first adhesive postal stamp was issued in the UK in 1840, and the lovers of philately will tell you that each postal stamp and each postal paraphernalia tells indeed a story, not just of the geography of a certain place, but also of the people that shape the history of that specific country. And it also speaks to the culture and arts of that specific country, and of course the postal services that indeed make these postal stamps available. So we can of course expect to see something like over 1,000 exhibitions, or what we call frames of postage stamps from across the world. I understand from 60 countries there will be some 1,500 exhibitors coming to this conference, and they'll of course be showcasing the various stamps, etc., that speaks to and that have contributed to South Africa's path to democracy. That indeed is a very interesting thing to behold, and I certainly hope that I'll be able to see that exhibition when it does kick off here on the 8th of November. We'll obviously have more for you throughout the course of today in terms of what is being said at this launch, and also the importance then of the South African postal system. I've read somewhere that the South African Post Office is indeed an unsung hero of South Africa's democracy, and I'm sure that the Deputy Minister, when he arrives to address this briefing, will be talking to us a bit more about the role played by the South African Postal Services in shaping South Africa's democracy, and also the various artifacts that we will be seeing on display in the next week or so.